Hi, I'm Lisa Colon DeLay, and this is 4 in a series of 7. This one's called Bliss, Why We Can't Stop Wanting. We looked at being and consciousness, and now it's a third window, bliss. And I don't mean happiness, not pleasure, not contentment, bliss, or in Sanskrit, ananda, the fundamental orientation of human consciousness towards transcendent goodness. So you want things all the time. You want food when you're hungry. You want warmth when you're cold. You want love, beauty, peace, understanding, rest. Of course. But there's something beneath all these specific desires. There's a deeper hunger. Even when your immediate needs are met, something in you reaches toward something, toward more and toward better, and toward what you can't quite name. David Bentley Hart calls this the transcendental dimension of human wanting. He argues that this is not even a flaw. It's not neurosis, it's not greed, it's a revelation about the nature of reality itself. And here's what materialists say about desire instead, in contrast. That wanting is just biology. Hunger, sex drive, the desires for status, these are survival mechanisms. Evolution gave us these drives because they helped our ancestors reproduce and compete. And now we're stuck with them, even though they don't serve us well in the modern world sometimes. With this view, desire is fundamentally irrational and even pointless. It's something to be managed, controlled, transcended if possible. The more you want, the more you suffer. But Hart says this misses something very fundamental. Yes, we have biological drives, but the human desire goes far beyond that. We don't just want to survive, we want truth. We want beauty. We want to love and to be loved in a way that transcends mere needs of reproduction. We want our lives to mean something. And these desires don't fade away when your basic needs are met. The richest person still hungers and desires. The most powerful person still longs. The most successful person still feels the pull of something they can't quite reach. And so this tells us something. Our deepest desires are not pointed towards anything in the world that can be grasped. So let's think about how you desire. Say you desire something. Let's say it's beauty. You see a beautiful landscape and it moves you, but the desire doesn't stop there. The beauty satisfies something, but not completely, never completely. Even when you're experiencing it, you know there's something beyond this. There's something even more beautiful, something the beauty itself is pointing toward. Or love. Say you love someone deeply and the presence of that person brings you joy. But it's a joy also tinged with longing. The recognition that what you truly want, infinite love, perfect union, complete understanding, that can never be satisfied fully in any finite person. Or truth. You understand something amazing about the world, but that understanding doesn't satisfy a deeper hunger. You recognize that there is always something more. Deeper levels of truth or more complete understanding and mysteries within mysteries. Hart says that this is the voice of infinity speaking to us. We are creatures with a capacity for the infinite. We can be moved by beauty, drawn to truth, and capable of love that reaches beyond ourselves. And this capacity doesn't come from nowhere. It tells us something about reality itself. Classical tradition called this the transcendental of goodness. Not in a moral sense necessarily, but goodness, the attractive power of being itself. The fact that being at every level draws us toward its own perfection. A plant doesn't choose to grow toward the light. It's drawn toward it. And it seems that an animal seeks what nourishes and avoids what harms, without thinking it's oriented towards its own good. But humans are unique. We can contemplate the good. We can love it for its own sake. We can and do pursue the good beyond all practical benefit. Hart argues that this is the most revealing thing about us. Not that we reason. It's that we love the good absolutely. We sacrifice everything for truth, for love, for beauty, for justice. Animals and plants don't seem to do that. But why? Because these are not merely good. They are expressions of the infinite good. And we have a capacity to recognize this, to be drawn toward it. That means every human being, just by the virtue of desiring, longing, reaching, is reaching toward God. But not God understood as a being with preferences and personality, but God understood as infinite goodness itself, as the source and perfection toward which all desire truly points. This is why pleasure never fully satisfies, why success feels hollow, why even love, while genuinely good, leaves us hungering for something even more. We're built for infinity. We have a capacity for the infinite, and nothing finite can fulfill that. But this isn't some point for despair. It's actually something for hope. Hart says we should stop treating desire as a problem to solve. We should recognize it for what it is. It's a revelation. It's a tuning fork vibrating in response to something real. A capacity for encountering the infinite that lives in us all. When you love, you're not deluded when you want something more than what your beloved themselves can give you. You're accurate. You're recognizing that love, at its deepest level, is a participation in something infinite, and you're drawn to more. When you long for justice, for beauty, for truth, you're not just chasing illusions. You're being drawn by reality itself. So these three, being, consciousness, and bliss, or in the Sanskrit, existence, awareness, transcendent goodness, David Bentley Hart says, are three windows onto the same reality, three ways of encountering the infinite, three ways that reality itself reveals its divine and infinite, mysteriously infinite nature and character. The next time, we'll talk about the great traditions, East and West, and how they recognize the same truth, how Vedanta, Neoplatonism, and classical Christianity are saying essentially the same thing. So share this and subscribe. I'll see you next time.